Hello everyone. Thank you for being here. I know this is a Sunday and there's cricket and there are many other things, so thank you for being here. This is a very symbolic day, I think in all respects. One, I think from the very, very basic, I think, concern for the Sparrow being recognized at such a level. The other is about getting people who are not so, say, intrinsically involved in this, being bothered at a second level. And third is, I think, the general awareness that Mohammed himself has kind of brought to this. So I think in all these respects, thank you for being here, because it just speaks a lot about this entire cause. So Mohammed, I know we've had interactions with employees here yesterday, and it's amazing to see the interaction and what happens when people know a little about this. So I think they just have to hear him for a couple of minutes, and there were endless questions and connections about I'm doing this much, what else can I do? So it's easy to see people getting moved and excited about doing something more. So I'm just going to give the mic to Ram, who is our facilities head here and involved in quite a few sustainability projects within Wipro, for the opening address today.
Good morning. See, on this unique occasion of World Sparrow Day, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Mr. Mohammed Dilawar, the founder of Venture for Our Society, our chief guest, Mr. Christian Millard, Mr. Rahmani, the director of Bombay Natural History Society, and all other delegates who have gathered here today. We have many commemorative occasions throughout the year, like World Environment Day, Health Day, and International Women's Day, many things like that. But this day is surely unique, what we celebrate the common, humble sparrow, a bird which we once used to see every day, many times, but nowadays hardly ever. And we used to see many days in our, if we go back to our childhood, even I come from a village wherein I have seen every day we used to see the sparrow and we spot the sparrows and play that, do that. Today it has become very rare one and we very hardly spot, but one of the things is good you see somebody has got time to walk around. In this facility you will find many of them still there around. What has happened to the common sparrow is symbolic of the larger changes that have happened over the last 2 decades. Rapid deforestation, accompanied by biodiversity loss, fast-paced growth of cities, which resulted in degradation of urban ecology, and of course, the now well-known effects of climate change. We see the software industry is growing, many more buildings coming up in the in and around our vicinity, but each one of us you will see the taller buildings and many of the lakes, really, for that instance, it is all has become like buildings and it's all gone. So that's what we are facing a challenge today. And that's the kind of environment we are there. And given that kind of situation, having a Sparrow Day is something is very unique to looking at it, to see that what is that we can do. And I'm sure when Mohammed contacted Anurag and Bihar and Narayan here in Wipro, I think we readily said that we need to take this initiative further and look at what is it we can do. That's what I was talking to Mohammed before this. We found that not many people have come in here, but today being a holiday, that is one of the reasons. And otherwise, if you think this message has gone, more than 1,20,000 employees in Wipro. Many times in the last 10 or 15 days, I think we have been talking about it and kind of a message which has gone to them. I think someone definitely will look at, and that is a change. We have taken this eco-sustainability initiative also. One of the things is we said that it's not that the right thing to do as Wipro believe. And another thing is we have the strength of this 1,20,000 people, employees who are working with that. if we are able to bring that change and in their minds trying to look at it, what is that they can do from their bit of it. That is what big change we can bring in. With that, I am sure this moment has brought in a lot of enthusiasm in Wipro, and people are looking at definitely what is it we can do and towards bringing in an awareness on this thing. Against such background, there is a compelling need to focus conservation of common species of birds and animals as much as there is a need for less common wild species like tiger and pandas. At Wipro, we wholeheartedly endorse this vision of conservation of biodiversity, and it is aligned to the vision of we are supporting the World Sparrow Day, as they said already. As part of our own sustainability charter, biodiversity is one of the things. Apart from that, we do the energy conservation, water, and the waste management. These are the things which we have taken it as part of the eco-sustainability initiative. And the very campus which you are sitting here, this is one of the first campuses which are saying that make it more biodiverse, and we are engaged with country, and they have been consulting with us and seeing that through how we can make the entire building has more of biodiversity. They have already done a good study, and I found they said that how many species is there? 25 plus species, and they also found some of the rare ones which is also here. And we are very proud that we will be making this, and we are having an objective link many more of our campuses to much rich in biodiversity, so that we are able to invite sparrow, not only sparrow, and many more birds and the things here in this place. So we deeply appreciate the pioneering work of Mohammed Dilawar in the field of sparrow conservation in India. I have no doubt with more people like him, we will have much needed transformation in the country. But all of us so keenly awaiting. We indeed privileged to have so many like-minded people like you in our campus. For this initiative, I never thought so. The kind of people we are here. Something again we are looking at on Sunday, and I understood that when yesterday they had a walk in the Lalbagh, about 35 odd people from Wipro were participating very enthusiastically for bird watch, that kind of a thing. And this is something unique, and even on a holiday, I will see that this many number of people is there. It's a good start, beginning, and we will continue this initiative and see that more and more people, how do we get. And one of the things is Wipro doesn't stop in all of the initiatives like we do it, and we also have something called advocacy, which we look at it to say that how do we take it up to the nearby people and nearby community and external world, what is it we can do and how do we influence this kind of initiative in a larger forum, and we will keep doing it. So let me end my opening remark by wishing and hoping that the cause of the sparrow and the common bird in particular and the conservation in general goes from strength to strength. We once again welcome you to the campus and wish the event all success. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ram. I welcome you all, honorable guests of the people who are on the dais. I'm quite happy today that the World Sparrow Day which began last year as a small initiative from Nature Forever Society has today grown like a movement. Like yesterday night we were getting emails from not only our country but people from around the world telling about the various initiatives that they have been doing today in across the country. Cities from like Meerut, small villages, they are all getting involved in celebrating World Sparrow Day today. This a tremendous amount of confidence when we are controlling common flora and fauna, about which there is very little awareness. Like when I began my work 6 years back, most of the agencies didn't even know that sparrows need conservation in the same way like other species like tiger or species living in forested area do. Conservation till that moment of time was something which was only restricted towards the forest national park, and the urban flora and fauna which we found in and around us is not really considered to be of any conservation value, of any scientific value, or something which needs to be studied. Through the World Sparrow Day and our various initiatives to save sparrows, we are basically trying to change the attitude which larger people have towards urban flora and fauna. We want to involve more and more people from all walks of life into conservation. For the past 50 years, conservation has remained something in which mostly you find researchers, NGOs working for conservation, or government agencies like forest department and other things. The common man sadly has not got involved or has remained out of the whole conservation movement. Our efforts are to bring people from all walks of life, not only conservationists but housewives, students, engineers, software professionals into conservation to bring about a positive change. And if we talk about the sparrow in particular, it is a species which would be quite difficult to save until unless we involve the common man. Because right from most of the ecological needs of a sparrow revolve in and around human beings, revolve in and around his house, right from nesting site, food availability, everything. So it was important to involve the common man into the whole movement. So last year, Christian is also here. 15 months back when he came to India, and we had a meeting. So it was just decided over the tea. Like everything has a day, right? A tiger day, world environment day, water day. The sparrows don't have a day. So we decided that why can't sparrows have a day? So we set up some deadlines, and we thought that within 3 to 4 months we'll have something going on. Christian went back, he created the website, and last year we had the first World Sparrow Day, which was inaugurated in Delhi by Honorable Chief Minister Mrs. Sheila Dixit. In the very first year, the kind of response we got was overwhelming. Last year it was celebrated not only in different parts of India, but another 20 countries participated in the World Sparrow Day. After the day, we received a lot of emails, we received a lot of phone calls on how the day was celebrated, how people felt close to the day. And it was something like which we didn't plan exactly. Like last year there was a girls' school in Patna, girls' college, who formed a human chain of around 2 kilometers, requesting people to save sparrows. Then there was a small village in the Nilgiri district where all children of the village went around taking up the sparrow procession to convince people in that village to save sparrows. So when we look at most of these examples, these are not people who were forced to do that or something like that. It was a spontaneous movement which was generated in which people participated. And this is something because most of the people today connect with the sparrows, they have grown up with the sparrows. And when we talk about their decline, most of the time, instead of telling how it can be done, people tell how we can help. This is something like which is very rare to hear. People come forward, they want to help us in various ways, right from coming forward to do monitoring to doing other type of voluntary work. Now, this type of people's participation is important in the long-term conservation of sparrows. And based on the type of response we got last year, we also received a lot of emails from a lot of countries, specifically in Africa, Southeast Asia, telling that last year it was World House Sparrow Day. So they emailed us that we don't find house sparrows in our area. We find tree sparrows or in the African species of sparrows. So why have you left our sparrows out? It should be something like even these sparrows which are little known, because everyone knows only about house sparrows. But apart from house sparrows, there are other 24 different species of sparrows which are found in various habitats of Africa, Asia and Europe. So it was even important that this species who are also facing the same kind of condition with sparrows face had to be included in that. So we decided that from this year we will call the day as World Sparrow Day. But with the change in the name brought in some challenges also. Like it was important when we do it World Sparrow Day, we give people an idea about what are the different species of sparrows, which is a tree sparrow, which is a shell sparrow, or which is a Kenyan sparrow. There was a desert sparrow. So getting photographs of all the species of the sparrow was one of the biggest challenges. And it took us almost around 3 to 4 months to get the pictures that you see going around in the screen. And even after very concentrated effort contacting people and scientists throughout the world, still we couldn't manage to get 2 species of sparrows, which is Quadrupon and Italian. We couldn't get the Quadrupon sparrow because it is in an area where there is always war going on, Chad and Sudan. It is found in that particular area. So, but we managed to get around 22 species of sparrows, and Shaman knows that even Wikipedia or a lot of other leading websites in the world don't have so many sparrow species with a detailed description on a single website. So this journey from World House Sparrow Day to World Sparrow Day has been very exciting because the type of response we have seen of people getting associated, a lot of corporates getting associated, then there's an ad agency in Bombay, Contract. They called us up one day and they told like, we would like to help you in promoting the cause with our skills and our strength. So this is the kind of response people are giving towards conservation of sparrows. Apart from that, the involvement of common man in the changing scenario, I see that 5 to 10 years after this, when we can get involved, we'll be able to involve more and more people. The conservation of sparrows will not only lead to awareness about sparrows, but a general awareness about the importance of saving environment and other aspects of environment also, which sadly has not been done. Was not possible till now. So with this, I would end my talk and I would request Christian, who especially came from Hong Kong to attend the World Sparrow Day event in Bangalore. Christian has been quite helpful to us in a number of ways, and he himself has a number of functional conservation projects running in different parts of Africa, Southeast Asia, where they are trying to help a lot of communities save species like cheetahs, whale sharks. So I would request Christian to speak few words.
Let me introduce, Kupi. Kupi is on network, and it's important to have a sparrow here, Sparrow Day. So more than just, a little sparrow, it's a super sparrow. And it's eco-detective. And why is eco-detective? Because it develops so many problems with environment. Environment here is also, this is why we have a World Sparrow Day, because there is a problem with sparrows. And more than sparrows, it shows you that there is a problem with nature. And that's the beauty of World Sparrow Day, is to bring the nature to you, because sparrows go into cities. You don't see tigers or elephants in cities or fully. You see sparrows and you think they are there forever, but they are not there forever because they are declining. And here, if you see, if you read the newspapers, you can see that there's not only, a problem in the cities, but around the cities. It doesn't mean that we don't have to develop. India is developing, like, other countries, of course, it's very, very important, but you need to find the right balance. And the right balance is not easy to get, and at the moment, Sparrow tells you that there is no balance, no correct balance. If you read the newspaper that yesterday, so that in this Bengal area, in the last 6 years, 8% of the forest has disappeared. In the coming 20 years, they expect them in some areas maybe around 35 to 38% disappearing. So it's something that, not figures, but it's very important, and it's very important for India to just understand this problem. And World Sparrow Day is, there is three things very important, I would say, with World Sparrow Day. The first thing is to inspire you. When you're inspired, of course, you know the problems, and the second thing is, of course, that you can inspire other people. So it's very important that you know something, then you pass the problem, you teach people around you, and you do some action. Because if you have a problem, you have to understand that our children will have an even bigger problem. And with this in mind, I think it's our duty to start doing something. And the third thing that World Sparrow Day is teaching, and that's something I've been very, very keen on telling people, is that you can realize the power of one. And zero works, you just set up, how did I meet him? I met him once, I just bought Time magazine, and then I was reading Time magazine in the plane. And I just saw, one page of Marathon, because he got your award, Europe and the world, which is incredible. I mean, how many people in India or how many people in the world have got this award? And just amazing, wow, this guy, is in India, is, studying sparrows, doing actions for sparrows, and he got this award. It's a very, very big message for everybody. And I think that for us, but also for the kids, or for the children, that we, as a young person, we can do something, we can help. And this is something you should not forget. And World Sparrow Day is all about this. It's inspiration. So as a conclusion, I just also want to thank Rico for believing in World Sparrow Day, helping World Sparrow Day, this day, and also for the eco vision that the company has brought to the employees here and to India. I could really feel something here. Wherever you go, you have a message, even in the room. So this is something, a very good example of what can be done on a daily basis. Thank you.
Excellent question. I would now request Dr. Analysis to speak to both. Yes.
Thank you. Good morning. It is my pleasure to be here. I know Mohammed since his last 5 years. He started working in a very important project, which is not an important bird area. And we have taken him in DNSS. But I found that most of the time he was talking only about sparrows. Earlier I was quite irritated because we are busy in a job to do something else. But he always, whenever someday or the other, he will bring sparrows in the picture. Slowly I started liking his passion, and we all are very passionate passionately, all conservationists are very passionate. And earlier, as I said, I was like irritated because I had to talk them. But then he became, he converted me. It's not that I was not interested in sparrows, but he converted me, and then we won a project for him, which is now funded by the Government of India, Ministry of Environment and Forests, and he's doing the work. I wanted to take him for his PhD. He was very passionate to do his PhD. I think one day he will do on the House of Sparrow. He is known as Mr. Sparrow to most of us, to the people who know him, and of course, and also in the corridors of the Ministry of Environment. Sometimes when we discuss this project, officers of the ministry say, "Aapka Mr. Sparrow kaisa hai?" So I'll translate it. How is your Mr. Sparrow? So I said that he's very passionate. He's doing very good work as far as the sparrows are concerned. I'm very happy that ISRO has come forward to help the world with sparrow. Last year I was in Delhi, where Mrs. Sheila Dixit had inaugurated this for the sparrow. We had quite a number of people, and I'm very happy that ISRO has also come. Corporates have come. As Ramakrishnan was saying, that there were 1.5 to 2 lakh people. So all the people become interested. Certainly it will be a very, very great movement of conservation, part of the conservation movement in India. But just being expressing concern is not enough. It's not going to save. I'm not talking on the contractor, but for all of us. We also have to see what is the reason why the sparrows are disappearing, what we can do. And how much is being distributing the nest boxes and other things, and it is making people aware of the problems of the house of sparrow. But we also have to see that the government tackles those problems. Otherwise, sparrows are not going to come back because problems are accumulating. And one of the biggest problems with the house of sparrow, or for many other species, is the pesticides which we use. We may have wonderful lawns, but many of these lawns are almost dead because they don't have soft-bodied insects which the house of sparrow feeds on, the chicks. So we also have to see that the government takes measures to ban, restrict, curtail, control, whatever they can do on these pesticides which we are using in a very large scale. And some of the pesticides incidentally are banned in European countries, but we still use them. So we have to bring the policy changes, and house of sparrow is a very good subject, because many people when they talk about birds, they say chiriya. In Hindi they say chiriya. Chiriya means house of sparrow. Well, chiriya is a bird. In Hindi or Urdu word chiriya is a bird. But to most of the people, chiriya means house of sparrow. Not all birds or any bird. So, and I'm also very happy to inform you that because of the concerns raised by Mohammed and many other people, there are two questions. Twice the questions were asked in Parliament about the house of sparrow, and we have to answer it for the minister. So this also shows the concerns of the decision makers, and we have to bring more concerns to them, and we will see that some steps are taken. I'll just end it to the one or two that we also have this year the World Environment Day, which is on 5th June. India has been selected as a major country for the World Environment Day, and there will be one function in Bangalore also, and this will be not a World Environment Day, it will be almost a World Environment Week. From 1st June to 6th June there will be major functions, and I think there will be another good opportunity for us to highlight the house of sparrow as well as many other birds. So, for the UNEP, chairman of UNEP will be coming here, and the NSS is celebrating in a large scale as well, World Environment Day. And the second opportunity which is coming up next year is the COP, conference of the parties. COP 11 will be held in India. This morning I got the dates. It will be from 8th to 20th October in 2012 in Delhi. And that will be another opportunity for us as well as the corporates because it is an international thing, conference of parties. Last year it was held in Nagoya in Japan. 18,000 people delegates attended, not all at one time, but at any time there will be 4,000 to 5,000 people. It is a very long thing. And all sorts of subjects are discussed during the talk. The talk is this COP is about the CBD, Convention on the Biological Diversity. So I think we all should be ready during the COP of 2012 to also highlight the House of Sparrow and other works. So we still have some time to do this, and we should have some program during that COP. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Now, since we are in Bangalore and in Wipro, I couldn't resist myself from inviting Shama about talking engine ornithology in the information age. Shama has also written a very descriptive and informative paper on the theme in Indian Bird Journal. It talks about the various aspects of Indian ornithology in the and how it can get into the future. And from the Bangalore Government also. So I will take the mic to Shamal and talk about in detail about how ornithology and information age can bring about a much needed change in India. Thanks a lot. I hand it over to Shamal.
Thank you, Mohammed. First of all, I was told that I would be given a little slot to speak about this paper, but on the way I decided that this is not going to be very much in the theme of World Saturday, and so I apologize. I might be taking this time off to talk about a little wider aspect, and that is to a large extent very similar to the instructions that I heard earlier. And this is essentially the what I would call the whittling away of elitism and the whittling away of argument by authority and the democratization of science, conservation, and other aspects that happen. And in a sense, the paper that Mohammed mentioned on information age and how ornithology is getting shattered is also about the same thing. And since all of you have access to the internet, and even if you find this paper on the internet with history, you can download it and read. I might summarize and touch upon some of those themes as I go through. I've been given 20 minutes. I don't want I can 9 minutes in this, but I will. So if you look at it, many of us in the older group will remember going to theaters in Bangalore, and before the movie starts, you will see an advertisement of the Lipton Tiger tea. And there is this stout-built man going in the forest with a tea, and he suddenly stops and looks at the tiger. And this was kind of the image of the wildlife conservationists and the conservationists of quite a substantial period of time. And it was typically a very macro kind of image of conservation. And what has happened over time is that this authority of conservation has been moved into science. And to look at it, the typical old school conservationist was a hunter. In fact, the Indian Board of Wildlife at one time was filled with ex-Maharajas, ex-princes, who all had, who were all essentially hunters. And it was said that by virtue of hunting, they had a better understanding of the forest than anyone else. And this tracy, there was a person from southern India called M. Krishna. And he went into the Indian Board of Wildlife and he found himself the only vegetarian, the only person who didn't hunt. And he found himself kind of in a unique position where he was not
among princely elites. And so gradually this whole idea of conservation being an elitist thing went down. And in the second stage, I would say this around 1970s, the whole school of ecology was born. And all of a sudden, anyone could study nature from a scientific perspective and offer ideas on how one should go about working on conservation. And so all of a sudden, people from the science world came. Very often they didn't come from princely families, and they didn't go out hunting. They collected data and then they used numbers and produced statistical figures, and then they went about saying that because this value is statistically significant and because of this t-test and this f-test, we should do this. And this naturally did go down well with the old school of conservation. In fact, it's come to a stage where today, saying that your conservation is actually pretty the fact that I am a conservationist kind of basically the other person is not a conservationist. It's also the same with saying things like I am a scientist. And so this whole idea of using an is as a division force is what is happening. And so the idea is to break these forms of separation of professions. And people know that the reason climate debate have been extremely open, and it involves people who are beyond science, beyond the debate has actually opened up the way science is done. So what happens now is instead of being an elitist organization, it involves people. And when people are involved, it also means that the debate has to be flat, which means people have to know more about what they are debating. And so access to information becomes extremely important. And this is what I have been writing about in the recent times, and I've also been acting on it. And I will use Wikipedia as a means of bringing together information that is usually restricted to a specialist audience. And so a lot of it is now slowly coming on. I'm not the only person in the hundreds of anonymous contributors from around the world. And so we are going from this stage where we are all, in a sense, on an equal stage, and everybody needs to talk about know and act on what is happening. So if you look at it, Sparrow, as was mentioned, is a very symbolic idea. Because all of a sudden, we are talking about a decline that is not one. It's not like anybody has gone out to 100 sparrows, not like we have not wanted sparrows. It's just vanished kind of in a subtle way, and we just don't know what caused it. And now we are trying to conserve it. And if you think about it, it's a very difficult question. We don't even know the causes. We don't know if perhaps the way we live is incorrect, or is it just that sparrows are adapted to a certain agrarian kind of ecosystem, and we are gone away from this form of living. And so I want to also mention about how the old school of conservation has shifted to the ordinary man. And in a recent, there was one old conservationist of Europe who died, and obituary actually talked about how the old oaks were falling, and they are being replaced by the weeds of conservation. And I want to reflect on this, and it's a very negative way of putting it. And I also want to look upon the language, because it is the word weed. I have to have an education in agriculture. So weed is actually an extremely anthropomorphic term. It says a plant that is out of its place, and who decides where the plant is supposed to be? It's because very organized process. You want roses, there are roses at the first stage, and you want rice should be, and if the rose plant grow in your rice, it goes again. How to place plant. And if you look at the plant point of view, actually it means the rose is so competitive and it's able to make use of this opportunity and grow in a particular place. So if you think about it, we need to actually be more democratic, and we need to look at conservation as and it also means that we also learn about the principles of ecology, learn more about how we are affecting the land, and so it's very important that we take this in a symbolic way and use Sparrows not for the sake of being absolute Sparrow scientists, but use it as a tool to expand our view of the world. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Shaman. Now, we just go ahead from what Shaman told in his presentation, like a whole generation who were conservationists and how the new people are not entering into conservation and other things. So, like nature followers society and our thinking always believe like we have to be as inclusive as possible. The walls which are there have to be broken. So conservation becomes much more inclusive. It becomes a way where everyone can come and play a part. To take this thing forward and to get more attention towards the biodiversity which is found in and around the human habitation, the flora and fauna which is found in and around human habitation. 1.5 months back, we initiated the biodiversity photo competition. It's biodiversity when S is represented by a city, signifying the flora and fauna which we see in and around human landscapes or where humans stay. Like I told you previously, most of us, whenever we think animals, we think only about national parks and sanctuaries. We ignore the wonders of the nature which are found in and around us. So, under the shadow of tiger, we don't see anything else. So that's why we initiated this photo competition. And the photo competition was to involve people from all walks of life. Because I think you have photo competition where you get the most, the best photographers in India with all their big SLRs, costly SLRs, taking images and then discussing day in day out that okay, how the light has fallen or how crisp is the image or how technical is the image. We wanted to cut all these things and involve the common man to photo document the urban flora and fauna which is found in and around human settlements. We wanted to create awareness about the need of conservation for urban flora and fauna. And it was a photo competition which was open to a housewife, which was open to a student, engineer, driver, everyone. So we told people that even if you take photographs with the mobile camera, which is not 5 megapixels or 6 megapixels, but a basic camera, a shoot and point camera, SLR, anything. The only criterion should be it should have flora in and around the cities, not tigers, no elephants. So we were overwhelmed by the type of response we got. We got hundreds of entries and close to 600 to 700 photographs were submitted in this photo competition. So when we had this photo competition, a lot of people said we don't have an SLR. Can we send a photograph? But some people said, yeah, I have an SLR, can we send a photograph? So because most of the photo competitions have such huge lists, it should be this, it should be that. So all of these rules were thrown for a toss, and it was where everyone can send a picture. And again, the pictures were not just, as I told you, on the technical quality, but the message it aims to convey. Now, to give everyone an equal playing field, we just decided that it should be in two categories, adults and juniors. People who were above 18 years old were put in the adult category, and juniors were above 18. Now, through this competition, we have got winners from diverse backgrounds and different parts of the country. Now, first we'll talk about the junior winners and the photographs which have been selected. Yeah, sure. We'll also be giving the people may actually have people. Now we were quite selective about the photographs we select. This is the second prize under the junior category, which was selected. It's been sent by a girl around 10 years of age, Vipika Mahi. She takes the photograph signifies that the type of photo structure which one had, the photo and everything, they were quite bird friendly. So today also if you go to any old structure or a photo, you see a lot of closing palaces, miners, sparrows. And the type of modern architecture that we have, those are pretty less biologically found in and around. The first prize winner for this is Dr. Vikas Madhav. He's an 11-year-old chap, and he sent us this photograph. The photograph signifies like they rescued this African lovebird, which was kept in the cage. And the rosary collection came and it was looking. So Vikas had the presence of mind to take this photograph, and we gave the first prize to Vikas. But since Vikas' exams were going on, her brother came all the way from Coimbatore to take the award. I would request Dr. Ramani to give the award to Vikas' mother. So please come here. Our guys influenced by the email that Vikas sent. And it is also able to signify that the birds are not to be kept in cage but in the open. And especially people in the cities have a thinking that all things which are beautiful need to be in the cage. This is Vikas. He's 11 years of age. People in his school call him the insect boy, but now it's converted to a bird boy. And he's known as the bird boy of the school. I hope Vikas carries on his work and makes a name for himself in the future. Now, under the other category, it was very difficult because we had close to 460 photographs. And which are the photographs we selected? The first prize winner is Mr. Sachin Vasanth from Bombay. His picture of the girl show that the urban environment are not only important for the common birds that we get, but even a lot of migratory birds which we get during various seasons in our cities, and how they use the urban landscape. So this image is taken in Bombay. He has used a Sony digital camera to take this. Again, Sachin is not a wildlife photographer or something. He's a nature lover who is based in Bombay, loves photographs of birds, and he works for a channel, G Marathi, in Bombay. Now, this was the second image we chose, which was sent to us by Mr. Vasanth Gokula from South India only. This image is very unique in a number of ways. It shows all the cables, the power cables going around. It shows the slightly polluted waterways and other things, but yet we can find two pelicans in it. Again, it gives the hope that in various habitats which are found in and around the cities, wildlife is always there, and we need to conserve this to get in more wildlife in our cities. This is Mr. Vasanth, he is assistant professor and teaches zoology at National College. and he has been studied bird communities for a very long period in South India. Now this is the first image that we have selected. If you look into the image, and a lot of people have asked us, why have you selected this image? But if you see, there is a whole tree which is full of sparrows. It's a roosting tree, and because of our culture and non-sensitivity, the entire tree is being lighted for a festival in and around a temple. And this is like I've carried out a lot of survey in the evening time, especially during the festivities and all that. And such disturbances causes the sparrows or other roosting birds on the tree they get disturbed over a period of time. And this image also signifies that in one tree how many sparrows roost. Such roosting trees are also getting declined today. So we are also not getting roosting trees. So we have selected the first prize to Mr. Vijay for the biodiversity for the competition. This year, apart from Vikas, all these people are not present because they are from different parts of the country. But all of those winners will be sent a certificate as well as a set of lunchboxes. And Nikhil Delkar, who is based in Delhi, he will be giving us 2 days holiday in Manali for the first winner. So he has got this vacation for him from Nikhil Delkar. Now, from this World Sparrow Day, we have also initiated something that we are calling as the Sparrow Award. Now, Sparrow Awards are again not like other conservation awards which are totally given to scientists, researchers, or NGOs who are working for a very long period of time in the conservation field, and their efforts have been recognized. But these are given to people who are from all walks of life, who are doing things out of their daily schedule, out of their daily businesses and other things, but yet are making a difference to the environmental conservation. And we want these people as an example for other people who say, we are from different profession, what we can do. So these people stand out as an example to everyone that conservation can be done by everyone and anyone and not only a selected group of people. Again, we did a lot of research before we selected this group of people to give the award. Now, this is again the aim of this Sparrow Award, to identify organizations, institutes who are not basically from the conservation field but from a diverse field. Now, you would like to declare the first Sparrow Award as a winner. The first winner, whom we are calling as the Sparrow Heroes or the Sparrow Award, is Mr. Bhavin Shah. He is present here in person. Bhavin is distributor for FMCG goods. So he is not someone who will accept from an NGO or something. But the work that Bhavin has been doing over a period of time has made a huge difference. Bhavin has been working to save sparrows for a long period of time with us. He has helped the bird summer campaign. He has taken it to a next level. He has put in posters. He has contacted a lot of institutions to care for the birds in summer. And since he is part of the CI concentration of Indian industry, he initiated almost 20 industries and campuses in and around Coimbatore to make their campuses bird friendly. He even, I think he even went and gave some presentations and talks to these people. He convinced them to become a part of the movement. And he, like now, when the summer has again come, he's again started working to distributing posters in various languages in and around Coimbatore. So I would request Christian to honor Bhavin by giving the Sparrow Award. And we are proud to present this award to Bhavin. And I hope that the inspiration from Bhavin, a lot of other Bhavins are there. and they take up the conservation of Sparrow and other commercial. Thank you all for coming from organization purposes. Our next Sparrow hero is Rajesh Singh sir. He came all the way from Uttarakhand, and he has been working for a long period of time in and around corporate national parks. Previously, he was heading the Kalagar training center, and the center when we visited a couple of times, it was not like any other government training center out of order, things not working. But the training center was fully facilitated, all the training tools were there, and during his tenure there, he carried out a number of unique workshops which were never done through the government channel. Even he opened the training facilities to IPCM where we conducted a 4-5-day workshop which was again attended by various participants from different parts of the country. And he is motivating a lot of forest guards and other employees to take a different path as far as conservation biodiversity is concerned. Now, sir is heading the Lansdowne range, which is a very important corridor between corporate and Rajasthan. And his efforts are on to get it declared as a protected area from a reserve forest. And recently the survey which was done, it was found that this range is very high in tiger density and very important for the elephant corridor from corporate to Rajasthan. So we wish you best of the luck that this area gets declared as a protected area. And he is also very keen to initiate eco-tourism to the butchers who are living in and around Lansdowne to get them involved into conservation, and they are facing a number of problems there. So for his work, untiring work over a huge career, we would like to honor him with a Sparrow award. I would request Ram to do the honor. Now, the next recipient of the Sparrow Award, we are having one category of institutions and organizations who are doing work for saving the environment with green initiatives. And we selected a very unlikely or a very unique initiative which has been initiated by Sparrow Company. Now, the students of the Aditi Maya International School chose a green initiative which has a very strong CSR component and a strong message to save Sparrow. They established a company which is called as the Sparrow, where they are marketing various types of goods like lunch boxes, t-shirts which carry a message of Sparrow conservation, and they market it in a very affordable way so more and more people can be reached. So they have lunch boxes, mugs, t-shirts and other merchandise which they market through the website. And it not only enhances their entrepreneurial skills but gives a very strong conservation message for other enterprises to also follow. Like when you have a green thing, you can still do business with a message of conservation. So for their work, I would like the Sparrow team to come. And I would like Narayan and Dr. Ravani to do the honors of honoring them. I hope that if we have the future generation who is caring about the environment and the environment is in a secure hands. To the students of Aditi Maya School, they rather be around 30. But because the exam was tomorrow, they have a physics paper. I wish them all the luck for the future endeavors. The next award goes to Shamal. Now, Shamal is a biomedical statistical programmer, and he is the largest contributor of Wikipedia on Indian natural history. He has created a software which I use a lot, which is BirdSpot and Fitbit. This two BirdSpot has entry of more than 50,000 bird records in India. So whatever birds you put in, it will show map in different seasons. And Fitbit is again very important, like if you say house sparrow, SAUP and sparrow, it will connect it with proper scientific and common name. And it's very useful for preparing checklists, scientific papers and other things. He's also largely known in archiving bird-related information with Indian context and has written the wonderful paper Indian ornithology and in the information age. Apart from this, he has also contributed to numerous other papers in various things. So, for his gigantic work, I would like to honor in a very small way to the effort that Shaman has been doing. So, you can do the audience. I would like Dr. Subramanian to present the Sparrow awards to Shaman. Thanks a lot, Shaman, for coming. Now, this were the first awards that we gave. Now these are our future plans. We want to recognize similar individuals, organizations, and honor them in our own small way. From next year, we want to create a corpus fund in which we can give a small grant or a small amount of money to all the winners so they can continue their conservation work in the future. We don't know how they are going to do that. We want people to donate money so we can have some corpus fund or something like that. So they just don't get award or recognition. They get the seed money to continue their further work in conservation, bring about real change, and change the way conservation is looked till now in our country. Now, we would also request each and every one of you that if you are aware of any institute, any individual or any organization who are doing work, who are from different fields, they might not be as Shaman said, conservationists or scientists. The people who are making real change, real differences, so please send us their name of this email. We'll do all the necessary research and consider them for the next year's Sparrow Awards. We would like to thank you all for coming here, taking out time. Now, I would request all to take the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to first of all thank you everyone to take out your valuable time and come on a Sunday to attend the World Priority Function at Buffalo Campus initiative. As we are drawing to the end of the World Priority Function, I will first of all like to thank Buffalo for their kind support for the World Priority Initiative given to us. Their support was overwhelming. They gave us very nice support for this function. I would once again thank for that. I'd also like to thank Contract Advertising Agency Mumbai, who has helped us in their small way and promote World Priority throughout India in their different manner. I'd also like to thank Zentec, Zanul Abadi, for giving his kind support to Nature Sparrow Society to manage the website and everything. So his support is highly appreciated. Ecosys, Christian, he is also supporting giving the World Sparrow Day website and giving time to time changes for making the website more informative and more user friendly. I would also like to thank all our friends who have been involved in this World Sparrow Day, right from the winner of the class to the Sparrow company, to Shapal, to everyone who has came forward, took the initiative to be a part of the World Sparrow Day in their own small way and make this event a success. I would once again thank everyone who took the valuable time and came here. Thanks a lot.
I'm in Chennai. Oh, Chennai. Yeah. Third Sunday. The dome and they were not moving. Like I was quite worried that the floating population will stay or they will go. But the best part was not only that they stayed through the presentation, they asked such wonderful questions and they all wanted to do something or the other. I told them, I have a contribution to